Hello everyone, welcome to PSIR 300 Plus channel. Today we'll be talking about Modi Mania chapter number 2, that is Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister of our country, Mr. Narendra Modi ji's visit to Maldives. That is what we are going to learn today. We'll also throw a light on the background of Maldivian relationships with India. And over a period of time, I would like to tell all of you that these relations with Maldives has not been smooth always. We have Khatta Meetha type of relationship with Maldives. Obviously, very simple thing that you have to understand here. China is one of the important hostile country being our neighbor. If China is here in a string of pearls, China need to have bases in Bangladesh in order to cover India, have bases in Sri Lanka, then they should also have bases in what? Maldives. And they are already in what? Pakistan. So this is a string of pearls strategy of China encircling what? India. So this is very clear. You might be understanding the point what I want to make here. Maldivian relations with India are not so good all the time because China also want to have its bases in Maldives, and Maldives is a sovereign country, have the absolute right to have any kind of foreign policy of whatsoever what they desire in the self interest of their citizen. So here they also follow the non-aligned movement with regard to India and China. Neither they are only with India, neither they are only with China. Sometimes they are more with India, sometimes they are more with China. That's how the relation of Maldives has been with these two countries. And especially we will be talking about India's relation with Maldives, which is also a part of our syllabus. Most of the things on my channel are content driven. I'll not take up the topics that are very popular or buzzing at this point of time. Just give you as a namesake without having any relevance to the syllabus. I don't want to hype it, I don't want to sensationalize any of the topics to garner your attention to my channel. I'm very happy doing the content because my lectures will always have information relevant to our examination. It has challenges, it has current affairs, it has schemes, it has way forward, it has background, it has static. So I am always believer of what content driven channel because the competitive examination itself or content driven, and you need to know the content also and understanding of it. That's what I follow the policy. And you can be a part of my PSIR classes test series and mentorship by calling to the number 9701772187. So you can text me or you can call me, you can have a demo session, let us strategize where you are, whether you are preparing for 2025 or 2026 or 2027. It requires a lot of exposure to the PSIR optional, and very well you can easily get into this PSIR a good amount of marks. So these all points you remember and make sure that you be a part of it and do very better when compared to other students. After this, a 2 minutes of video will be played with regard to what is Modi Mania, which is always there whenever we are discussing international relations, and why we are calling it as Modi Mania. All that reasoning is there in that video. Those who are watching me for the very first time, the very next video, please skip it for 2 minutes and go for the actual content that you are waiting for. Okay. I hope this is clear to you. Let us go ahead. Okay. Now, this article has been taken from the Business Standard, latest article we are having, when the Prime Minister Modi ji has visited the Maldivian President Muizzu. So here we are back in the sun is a tagline. Why we are saying that we are back in the sun? Why? Because Maldives and India recently has been enjoying lot of dark period. Means both of them are not talking much, not trading much, lot of political what I say is that comments has been passed, tourism has been affected because of that comments, etc., so and so forth. So we are, and President Muizu is also like India outcome campaign has been run under in his government by the people itself, and he has also signed, he has also asked the India's peacekeeping missions to go out of their country, that military should be coming, our military should be coming back to our country instead of being in there, which has been stationed already for decades. Okay, so the scenarios are not good, which I'll come to that particular area in a bit. So that's why the tagline is back in the sun, means we are back with regard to Maldives, and now we are going with great relations with them, which were actually dormant for some months. India's patient and constructive diplomacy pays off in Maldives. Maldives have done a lot of halagulla recently. They did how much they wanted to did. They shouted on India how much they wanted to shout. They wanted to talk about our insulting our prime minister, they did it. They wanted to send our military back to our country, they did it. Their people and their ministers are advocating what? Against India policy. Even all these are happening. Indian government has been very patient over a period of time and did not take any drastic step as we take generally if any of these things would have done by Pakistan. Okay, we have patiently waited, okay, till they won out of their whatever the ruckus is there, whatever the immaturity is there with the small island nation. We try to be dealing with them with very patient, and we were successful in it. Now we are having the relations back, right? All the important information with regard to Maldives and India and the strained relations, as I have told you, that they are not smooth. Let us see why they are not smooth. Back in 2012, the beginning of strained ties started. Means little bit of glitch between India and Maldives started back in 2012. Okay, when Maldives government has cancelled airport construction, when a Bangalore-based GMR group want to construct a airport in their country. The value of airport was around $511 million, and it has been there in the news, and it has been buzzing around the time that Maldivian government cancelled this particular airport project of GMR group on the influence of China. So just imagine that China is still having influence on Maldives. So this is the first important instance where Indian investors has been denied and the cancellation of a airport construction happened by the Maldivian government on the behest of China. Then we are having 2013 to 2018, Maldives tilted towards China. Means they are liking more of China. Meetha relationship with China they wanted. After the GMR cancellation of above, the Maldives embraced China Belt and Road Initiative, and in that several projects were launched by the two governments, in which an airport upgrade was there, a major bridge connecting Malay to main island to one of their small island Hulule, low cost housing development, means to reside for the people, low cost housing development. So among the major projects, these three are standing out. These moves highlighted a rare shift of Maldives towards Beijing, raising alarm in the New Delhi due to Maldives' location along the critical Indian Ocean shipping lanes. As you all know that in my previous classes I have told you that if China want to trade with Europe, obviously they cannot go from China cannot grow from here to like crossing all the Pacific Ocean, then go to what America, then go to what Europe. They cannot do that. And China, if they want to go to Europe directly here, then they have to go to what very turbulent routes, and they have to create a very big road or rail connectivity with regard to what the central Asian countries, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, like that they have to go, then the Eastern European countries, then the Western European countries. So this road has not been established, and it goes between what various terrorist organization. Lot of here mountains are also there, which makes the Belt Road Initiative very difficult with regard to the territorial areas. That's why there is only one way that China can able to trade to Africa. Obviously, they have to go from here, and they have to go from the Red Sea, from the Mediterranean Sea. They can go towards what trading in Europe. Okay. So that's the reason they wanted to have their shipping projects and bases in across the wherever the in Indian Ocean. If any countries are there, they will be having their stakes for sure. So 2012, it all began by cancellation of a GMR project, airport related by the Maldivian government. 2013 to 14, Maldives shifted towards what China. Then 2023, diplomatic relations hit rock bottom, very very low between India and Maldives. Tension peaked when Mohammad Muizzu was elected as the president of Maldives. One of his early action was very simple. 1990 Indian military personnels he demanded withdrawal by the Indian government. Obviously, we said come back. They were placed for medical evacuation and also for the maritime surveillance because a small country like Maldives, if any pirate attacks are there, if any kind of disaster happen, they are not able to cope up because their capabilities are limited. So our army personnel are actually giving them lot of supports with regard to medical evacuation and also with regard to security of the nation from any pirate attacks. Okay, and at that time he said that he cited national sovereignty. He said, Muizzu said that we are on our own and we are independent country. Please, you do go. We don't want your services. So that has happened, and we said okay, and we have got our Indian personnel back from Maldives. Soon after, the Maldives signed an agreement with China for the supply of non-lethal military equipment. Okay, then again, China was the here the Maldives became again a scapegoat of China here, and China and the Maldives has the agreement of what military equipment exchange. Okay, not exactly exchange. China gives to the Maldives. Then 2024 to 25, India's patience and constructive diplomacy worked. All these steps the Maldives Maldivian government is taking, but India is just waiting for the right time. Despite growing provocations, India avoided confrontation. India directly did not uh, give any statement to the Maldives that hurts their sentiments or political setup, etc. So and so forth. We took as much as they wanted to do, blah blah. We took all of that nonsense, but we still wanted to make sure that we will not let the Maldives out of our hand, and we were very very patient with regard to what they are doing. India adopted a strategy of patient constructive diplomacy after the very reactive measures taken by the Muizzu. Okay, now 2025, a diplomatic reset. Recently in July, Prime Minister Modi ji has went. In a dramatic turnaround happened, diplomatic efforts again started bearing fruit. India's patience with regard to Maldives has bore the fruit now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has visited Maldives on the invitation of the Maldivian government. A red carpet welcome was given, 21 gun salute, a guard of honor, conferring of Maldives highest civilian honor to Narendra Modi ji. Okay, now we are good to go. So these all things are not important for the examination point of view, but they make as a base because if you got appointed for the foreign policy or a foreign service, you should be knowing about all of this. Plus, in interview, they may ask you these questions, so you can say that Maldives' relation with India has not been completely smooth. Sometimes they have been strained like that. You can speak in the interview. All of this will not be a part of your answer writing for sure, but in introduction you can write this introduction, summarizing all these four areas for the years. Okay, whatever the timeline I have given you, you can just copy this and put it in the chat GPT, and ask the chat GPT to just summarize it less than 40 words or 50 words. It will do for you. That is going to be your introduction whenever the question has been asked between India and Maldives. Remember this point. Now we have seen that all the things, good and bad things, happen at the end. 2025, with the visit of Prime Minister Modi ji, the good things started again between India and Maldives. But at this point of time, Maldives country is having a problem. What are the problems? Let us discuss their problem. First of all, they are having a growing debt, and this debt is actually is a blessing of what China. The Maldives debt has increased to over 120%. Okay, and this particular debt, whenever a country is suffering from huge debt, then you have to definitely remember whom? China. That's the same thing happened with what Sri Lanka. Now it is being happening with Maldives, and Pakistan is the next target. Bangladesh is already ruined here. For instance, recovering the steep cost of signature friendship bridge, linking airport island to the main island required such high tolls, the locals are preferring cheaper alternative route. So one Maldives main island is there, another island is there. To make a friendship bridge, this bridge is called a friendship bridge to connect a sea link between one island to another island. So if any vehicle want to pass through this particular bridge, they have to pay heavy tolls, and locals are actually saying that utna toll hum pay nahi kar sakenge, it's better that we'll take alternative routes. So the friendship bridge that they are building is suffering from cost, is suffering from demand, is also suffering from lot of delay with regard to land acquisition also. With delay in land acquisition and construction schedules, the Maldives low cost housing project eventually proved too high cost for the locals to afford. Now, whatever the housing project that they are building with in combination with China, they are no takers for it because they are becoming very, very costly for the Maldivian citizen itself. This is the first one. So, China's friendship has made them the scapegoat of what? Crisis. Second one is revenue slowdown. The island nation tourism revenues became very, very low because of poor planning and execution, and they are not seeing, still they are recovering from the COVID shock, it seems. Pre-COVID, how was the situation in Maldives? Post-COVID, the situation is not exactly like that. It means there is some problem with regard to the tourism sector of Maldives. Maybe proper planning they are not doing, or proper execution is not happening. What is the reason we don't know, but the Maldivian tourism has generating less revenues, it seems. Then the third important area that they are suffering from what demand of tourists, and India being one of the very, very major contributor to its tourism revenues. And when you insult our prime minister, we are not going to take it so lightly because he is our prime minister, not like ordinary person, obviously. So, and a lot of people, even a Tollywood star Nagarjuna has also said that I'm not going to go to Maldives. And at the time, Prime Minister Modi ji himself have visited what Lakshadweep Island and had told to the Indians that okay, you can come and see our own country first rather than going to the other countries. Okay, so insulting our Prime Minister has become a very, very worst movements in the tourism sector of the Maldives. Okay, so these are the problems that Maldives are suffering and they have to remove it. So now what happened? PM has went on the EV of visit to the Maldives. I have already told you, Prime Minister Modi ji went to celebrate 60th anniversary of Maldives here. So the moment he went there, he announced 4,850 crore rupees of credit line to the island nation. And also he said that he will work on various other fronts. Okay, the leaders, both the leaders have exchanged regional capabilities during Colombo Security Conclave. Okay, means both the countries have enhanced their regional capabilities, means strengthening their security aspects when they met in Colombo Security Conclave. So as because you know that tourism sector of Maldives has been suffering, India said that no need to worry, we'll help you to have direct flights to Maldives to enhance tourism. So the problem that they are facing, see, India has come like an avatar to them and we are rescuing them just like Lord Hanumanji. Okay. Then environmental cooperation and infrastructure development, we are having the two nation explored various opportunity to go collaboration with regard to waste management, biodiversity conservation, renewable energy. This is for environment part, and for infrastructure development, India is also helping to build them road and drainage systems, and India is also helping to give away 3,300 social housing units in Humale under the India's Buyers Credit Facility. India's Buyer Credit Facility, Colombo Security Conclave, these two can come in prelims. Then India has also given 72 heavy vehicles to the Maldivian government for their security purpose. And Maldivian government is also asking a free trade agreement of agriculture with India. We are working with regard to the formalities. Okay, what best could be suited for both the nations. A memorandum of understanding was signed on fisheries and aquaculture cooperation and digital cooperation. Digital cooperation, sharing successful digital solution. Digital solution is nothing but, suppose I have to pay to somebody else, so I'm doing with UPI. I have to buy something else, I'm doing with UPI. So payment and settlement system has been easily covered under the digital is a part of the digital solution strategy or not? Yes. So India will also help to make them to develop digital solutions if at all, if it is required. We'll give all our technical experts, think tank experts, okay, and also the credit facilities, so that they will also have digital solutions. So India say that we'll do it at a population scale. So how much means a solution that is useful for the complete population, that kind of digital solutions will create for you, will help you with that, so that you can use it just like we are having what UPI here. I hope this is all clear to you. It is very much content oriented. Make sure that you note down all of it and try to do your PSIR very well. I will be covering all my topics in question and answer way and a very good conceptual way. So make, and don't think that this is the end of the, what I say is that question and answer. Whatever I am giving you, it goes on like that for 2025, 2026. But this year you are going to expect I'm taking most important topics, and which could be a part of this year mains also. Okay, 2026 anyhow we are gonna rock. So make sure that you be a part of it and try to get 350 plus marks in the PSIR, and that will help you to get through your mains cutoff. Thank you so much for hearing me. Do share, subscribe to all of your friends. There's a UPI ID given in the description. You can empower me with whatever you can pay. Bye bye.